Holy guac! It has been forever and a day, but I'm back. This is a request by everyone, so if you don't like it, blame everybody.
Where were you?
It's the gang 1.0.
We were supposed to come together?
Oh yeah, forgot, sorry.
Forgot?
Frank's losing his shit because he lost his flashlight.
It's okay. I get scared in the dark sometimes too.
God, you know you're a loser when Betty Ann has to defend you.
Yeah, it's a good one. There's a little boy in it who's afraid of the dark.
These people bully each other so much. I mean, besides the occasional erection, I don't know why they continue to hang out with one another.
Well, everyone knows that there's nothing in the dark that can hurt you.
How about a gun in the dark? Or a Nazi in the dark? Or like a series of strategically placed mousetraps in the dark? That was anticlimactic.
The tale of the dark music.
It's the tale of the dark music, which ironically has some of the worst music choices in AYAOTD history.
Andy Carr wasn't doing so hot.
Meet Andy. His mom just got a house from her obese brother's inheritance.
Just like that. Didn't cost her a dime.
As well as all of his clothes, apparently. The AYAOTD standby, instead of an action sequence, just film a series of things flying by the camera. Now this dark horse is Amanda Marshall, the town bully.
You mess with me, kid, and I'll deck you.
His name is actually Coda, but since he isn't a dog, I thought I'd give him a real person name.
Look, everybody was glad when your nutbag uncle kicked, then you had to show up.
Oh, wait a minute, if we take the made-up slang out of that sentence, he just said, everyone was really happy when your uncle died. That's not very nice, Amanda Marshall. You got great hair, though.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Back at home, Andy's mother emphasizes the difficulties of living in a single-parent home, with no ladder.
These things are so stupid.
Mom?
Yeah.
Andy's mom sends him down to the basement to fetch a a stepladder.
I don't know.
What's the matter, Andy? Afraid of the dark?
What's the matter with your voice, Christina? Did you have a stroke?
Be careful down there, it's a real mess.
Yeah, it's just piles and piles of rose-colored button-downs. So instead of getting a ladder, like the man of the house would, he starts messing around with some radio in the basement. The music playing cues this.
Hello, Andy. Come on in.
Looks like obese Uncle Hansy isn't dead after all.
Ooh, boogeyman in the basement. I love it.
And then we're brought back to the campfire for a momentary recap where they each try and come up with a tagline for the dark music movie cover.
Uncle Niles may be dead, but he's not forgotten.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Also, Frank is missing.
You okay, Frank? Frank?
Which is hilarious when you remember that they can't see what we're seeing, right? They're just sitting around a campfire looking at one another, and Frank got up and left, and nobody noticed.
I didn't see him leave.
Back in the basement, Mom's native accent is coming out.
Get lost.
Get back upstairs. Now.
What country does this family come from? Their accents seem to really be getting the better of them.
It was probably a rat or something. Rats don't talk.
They do back in the Bronx. That was my impression of the mom, who in my mind is from New York. So there's nothing there.
It's the root cellar.
Now go gather all your whites and I'll throw them in with the Red Sox. Red Sox? Hey! I don't know anything about New York or baseball. Amanda Marshall comes from an abusive home.
And don't give me no lip!
His father is some kind of drunk circus wrestler?
You want an allowance? You earn it!
Yeah.
I, messed myself on the stairs last night. I don't remember living in the era where t-shirt sleeves were longer than the t-shirt. Physics is just a theory, right?
Oh man, you're gonna die.
Later that evening, the family continue to set up their new home. Except Christina, who's kind of an asshole. Hey Mom, why doesn't Christina have to dress up for Orange Tuesday?
And now, the fireplace.
Because she's an asshole, dear.
Who was Uncle Niles? Like, what did he do?
Let me paraphrase this entire scene. Uncle Niles was this weirdo who never left the house and became mysteriously rich one day.
I found him in the basement at the bottom. Let's change the subject.
Nice save, Mom.
Christina?
Mom, I I'm busy.
Asshole.
Remember, there's nothing down there.
Seriously, Christina, what is up with your voice? So for some reason, Andy decides to play music again while he sorts laundry in the death basement and triggers the cellar again. And then this happens. This is why your childhood was messed up.
Hi, Andy. Won't you come play with me?
Thank God Mom awkwardly interrupts in time and the human-sized doll is sucked back into the cellar.
Andy? Everything okay?
Hurry. Please hurry.
Hey, you! What are you doing?
There's so many jokes to make about how awkward the mom is in that moment, but no, you can't make jokes when there is a human-sized doll there. The next day, still living in the house with the human-sized doll in the basement.
Hi, honey. I'll be at the store till 5.
AYAOTD parents leave notes a lot. I don't think my parents wrote me nearly enough notes as a kid. Once again in the basement, and once again playing music, Andy triggers another hallucination. An overly excited skeleton. Andy finally has the realization of what is causing the cellar to come alive.
Music. It's music.
Just in case you didn't get there either, he's talking to you. So Andy rushes off to tell his mom about the music-loving basement cellar when he runs into Amanda Marshall again.
Nice day for a ride, isn't it?
Dick move, Amanda. There's something terribly uncomfortable about kids just listlessly punching one another.
Mom's not gonna help you now, kid.
Coda, who is evidently not purebred, then throws Andy's bike in front of a truck. And destroys it! Back home, Andy has an idea montage, triggered by this subtlety. And finished with this.
Howdy, neighbor.
Papa had another accident.
When you're done, come over and clean my house. You make a good maid.
Not really. Maids wash clothes, and I've seen Coda in that outfit 4 times.
Kid, you are toast.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that the entrance to the basement is fake. Although that was some good downstairs acting.
Hey! Hey!
Now with Coda trapped in the basement, Andy sets his plan into motion.
I don't know. I think your butt-kicking days are over.
Andy speaks with the confidence of a man who's about to murder someone. Coda's mouth! Coda dies. Hey, he turned into a bike. Sweet.
It's yours, Andy. I'll give you anything you want.
Oh, it's a Little Shop of Horrors twist.
Feed me, feed me.
So, if Andy brings humans to the cellar, he gets swag. Not on his ass, that's just gonna gotta. While I understand that Andy is only about 14, this final look can only be described as pedophilic. He really takes after his uncle, doesn't he?
I declare this meeting of the Midnight Society closed.
I declare that this episode was too short, so they wrote in a very lengthy campfire sequence.
Paybacks are sweet.
Don't talk to me, Frank. You're a character. I'm not. Well, the coda couldn't have come soon enough in this episode, am I right, music nerds? Coda joke! I give this episode 1 terrifying human doll out of 10 terrifying human dolls. So there's nothing there, false alarm. False alarm. What's the matter with your voice, Krista? Just struck. This is what I do as a hobby. What's the matter with your voice, Krista? I forgot it. I lost it. I'm just doing like a gay Valley Girl voice.